y'all, and welcome to the Hillbilly Chicken Ranch. I'm Susan, your hostess, and today we have some fresh vegetables that we purchased either from the Amish, from our local farmers market, or from Aldi. I've got one package from Aldi, which is white mushrooms. I'm going to get them sliced up and get them into the freezer, I think, because I don't want them to go bad. And I'm also dehydrating celery, and I've already got it out of the dehydrator. That is 2 bunches of celery in there. And so I'm going to get 2 more bunches, fill that jar up, get it into our pantry for long-term storage, get it dehydrated so that it will last a long, long time. This is some cabbage from the Amish, and I need to get that cut up and cooked today. And I also have a cucumber that I need to get peeled and cut up so that we can have a nice little salad, because we've got a couple of salad items that we can put with, and I'm so excited about that. We got a fresh bunch of radish at our local farmers market. They finally opened up, and I'm so excited to see some fresh vegetables coming in. That was $3 for that bunch of radish, and I think it was $5 for the tomatoes. So we're going to make a nice little salad. I might add some mushrooms to the salad too, because that would be good. We also picked up some fresh cauliflower, 2 different varieties. I thought that would be a nice mix to do something a little different on our table. It does have a little bit of rusting on the top of this cauliflower. There is absolutely nothing wrong with it. You can eat it just like that. And a nice head of broccoli. Now I paid $12 for the 2 cauliflowers and the broccoli, so $4 a piece. And last but not least, are some very ripe, well, this one's very ripe, cantaloupe. And all of these foods have one thing in common: they're diabetic friendly. Most of them are keto friendly, low carb, and this is what we're going to be eating on for the week. So come on into my kitchen and let's get started. I'm going to start with pulling out my celery from the dehydrator. Of course, y'all know it's already done, but I did film it, so it's going to be a part of this. And I'm excited because I love celery. Celery is so healthy for us, and it's got so many nutrients and so many good things that our body needs. So this will sit out on my counter for a week. I will be going like this every day to make sure that there's no moisture in the jar, and I've also added an oxygen absorber. I've got my meat thawing. We're going to have some Earl Campbell's fully smoked jalapeno smoked sausage to go with that cabbage tonight for supper. I thought that would be a good side to have with cabbage. And we like this because it's gluten-free. There's no MSG. It's just a heat and serve sausage, and I'm not affiliated with the company, by the way. We have 2 stalks of dehydrated celery that will be going into long-term storage in our pantry. We have food prep for the week. Fresh broccoli, fresh cauliflower in 2 different varieties, and cabbage. Yum, yum. I still have tomatoes that I can slice up for supper or a sandwich. We have the keto bread that we use. I have cooked my mushrooms, and I may just leave them in the refrigerator for a day or 2 because they're cooked, and I can throw this into a meal really quick. It's already cooked and ready to go. We have a tasty salad that has no lettuce, and it smells so fresh. And we have a big bowl of cantaloupe ready to eat. Let me know in the comments below, what are your food preps for the week? I would like to know if you prep ahead for your week so that you can have ready to go meals at a moment's notice. Hey friends, thank you so much for watching my channel. Thank you for the many comments, the likes, the friendships, and for sharing this content out. Take a moment and watch all of the advertisements because that is how I get monetized and get paid. I appreciate each and every one of you for your time and your patience. And y'all, I have this special content over here I think you might like.